coming back at you with another video. I've just been thinking about this whole woke. It's been out there for a long time. Well, a little bit, but it's been a long time in culture and how long things last, for how relevant they are. And the woke thing is just, everybody thinks woke is something that you can just tweak something about yourself, and then now you're woke. Now you're awakened. Now you're more aware to everything. And everybody goes, "That's woke, man. Oh, you're so woke." Or that, like, just everything about the woke statement. And everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but mostly everybody is using that statement damn wrong. And it's like a paradox or a contradiction, because it's just completely going against the actual woke thing. Because this woke thing is about culture. It's about just like appropriating spirituality without actual work in spiritual realms, without actual work on yourself. You're just like, oh, I'm aware of people being cis, trans, all this. I'm aware of even if it's maybe even fluoride in your water, people aren't aware of fully themselves, and they think they're woke, but they're not woke. They haven't awakened to their own spirituality, to their own awareness. Woke is such a different thing, and I hate the whole, you shouldn't even say you hate, but it's really like a strong dislike for the whole I'm woke, because obviously you don't even know how to use language, because you don't say I'm woke, you go I'm awake, or I just had an awakening, because what do people do? They wake up, and then what do you do when you get tired? What do you do when you're exhausted? You go back to sleep. And people who are woke, they may have had an awakened experience, but they're not constantly, perpetually trying to be the best themselves, the best them that they can be. And ultimately they go back to sleep, and they're no longer woke. And being woke doesn't mean you hold on to one thing. You're like, oh, I know this, and now that I know this, I am woke. It is being able to constantly adapt, constantly learn, constantly question yourself, and to realign yourself with what is true, with what is feeling right, with what is reality. And that's not what's coming out. That's not what woke is in culture. And it's honestly, it's so stupid how trivial they can derive actual spirituality and consciousness to being just woke. It's just so stupid. It's just so trivial. How could you do that? I'm woke. No, you're not. No, you're not. It sounds more like a rant. And it's because I'm a little not as awakened as I want to be. I'm not in my place of balance. I still have judgment. I still have critique. I don't know exactly what I'm going to say for every single thing, but I know that I feel a certain way inside. I just have to grasp onto it. I have to know it before it happens, before I am able to grasp onto it. And then that flow will come in the now moment. But it feels like a little bit I'm chasing it. A little bit I'm just like a step behind it. And I feel it, but it's not flowing out how I want it to. And yeah, so I'm trying to get used to that. This woke stuff is just, most of those people never even done a cleanse, never even done shrooms, never even done a psychedelic, never meditated, never really truly done the work to even say something like that. And I'm not perfect. I'm not my fully awakened self. Because when you fully awaken yourself, you get to a climax. So you dissolve your ego completely goes away, and then you're able to, I'm sorry, there was a cop. Your ego goes all the way away if you're able to do enough psychedelics and have enough transparency within yourself and just surrender to your experience. And you completely lose your ego. And that is a beautiful thing, but it's only temporary. You can't lose your ego forever. You still have to return back to your body. You still have to move and function your arms. You can't be completely without an ego. And so when your ego comes back and you're spiritual, the ego that does form is a little bit more sneaky, coercive in the way that it can try to take control of your life again. It is always trying to take control, always trying to be one step ahead of you. And it's just preservation of the self. It's just a survival aspect, but that's just the bottom chakra. It's just the fundamental to living. There's so much more. And to be stuck there is just so trivial, but like once you surpass it, you don't surpass it for good. It's something that's a little more sneaky than that. It's like once you become spiritual in more and more and more elevated elevated times, like you will feel it. You will feel the times that you are more clear, the more clear-minded, more able to remember your dreams and to do things like meditate and go into meditative states of mind so much more easily, that you will also have a conflicting ego with it as well. You will have something that is just as challenging, as freeing as the state of consciousness that you may be at. So there's always this type of spiritual war going on. And so just to be woke isn't a thing. It's a constant fight. And you're not just woke. You can be awakened, but you're constantly going back to sleep. You're fighting this awake and asleep, awake and asleep, awake and asleep. And like until you're really just dreaming awake, until you really feel like you're in a dream, but you're conscious with everybody else, I really don't feel like you're woke. And that is like something so hard to do that I can't even reach yet, but I'm trying my best to attain some type of some balance within myself, so I can say and have the credentiality to say that I know what higher states of consciousness are, that I am aware, that I have had awakening experiences. But that woke shit, and like I may be discrediting myself just because I'm saying shit, but it's just upsetting. It's just emotionally upsetting. But like, it may be sounding exactly like I don't want woke to sound, but like I really think it sounds bad. It sounds terrible. Discredits like spirituality. Just discredits everything. To another like YOLO, to another I'm woke, that's lit. Get crunk. Fucking turn up. Let's get it. Like all those things. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, are you woke? Are you woke really? Are you awake?